Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Welcome back to Blu-Roy Movies. I hope we're all doing extremely well. Well, I've got a few pickups. I was going to do my BFI collection. I'll put that on the burner for now because they kind of crept up on me a bit, the pickups. I didn't mean to buy much this week, but you know how it is. Some sales, CX purchase, had some vouchers, recommendations from friends, and yeah, shit happens, as they say. So we'll get on with that. The movie room hasn't made much progress since last I spoke. My son's coming over at the weekend, so I'm going to get him to help me build the shelves up, and then we'll crack on. I promise there'll be some progress. A bit of procrastination, but oh god, I'm old and you know what I mean. But we'll get there in the end, folks. So anyway, let's crack on with what I've collected. The first one being a charity shop, Crocodile Dundee 1 and 2 set. Now I haven't seen these films since I was a kid, and I got sort of a yearning to watch them when I saw them on the shelves. I thought, why not? I'll pick these up. It was only £1 for the first two. I think there's 3 films now, isn't there? I believe the third one's absolute pants. But these have never been released on Blu-ray, so I think they're quite a good find. I believe there's a 4K in the pipeline, but somebody's told me that they've been cut and edited. So if that's the case, I think I'd be happy with DVDs. I remember them being really, really great, funny films. So I'm looking forward to actually giving them a bit of another watch. Now, when I was in the charity shop, I always not so much check the discs because they're pennies, but just make sure the discs are in there, because more than once I've got home and there's been absolutely nothing in the case, hang glider engine. So I thought, give these a check, and like you see there it says pull. So I was like, 2 films, so I was pulling at the films to get out, and I couldn't get them out, and it was doing me head in. So in the end I thought, oh sod it, I'll try when I get home to check them. So I got them home, and I'm still there for about 5 minutes pulling at these 2 DVDs to try and get them out to look, see if they're even there. And I thought, they must have glued them in or something. But anyway, then I sussed it out. If you pull the first film, hang on, they're not very good. Oh, here we go. If you pull the bottom film, then the top one pops out. So I was there ages trying to figure it out. What an idiot. And I quite actually like it now. They say little things please little minds, don't they? God, mine must be tiny. Look at that. Yeah, but I'm pleased to pick that up for £1. So, next. Been on a Sidney Pollock kick recently, and The Interpreter, which is better than the load of Pollocks I normally watch, I suppose. And The Interpreter is a film I've seen before and really enjoyed. And I think I've got a DVD somewhere, but I don't know where it is. And I saw my local CX had a copy in, so for £1, I'll just grab that. Nicole Kidman, Sean Penn. I remember it being a good conspiracy type film, and I might watch that again, maybe today or tomorrow, because I remember really enjoying it. And like I say, Sidney Pollock's a director that I've been exploring, and great films, great director that man was. That's The Interpreter. Next up, now I'm a sucker for lists, people's lists of favourite films, and I'm always ploughing through them, and I've seen this one keeps popping up on a lot of people's lists, and a film I've never seen, directed by Anthony Harvey, The Lion in Winter, starring Peter O'Toole, Catherine Hepburn, I believe Timothy Dalton's in it as well. Yeah, Anthony Hopkins is in it as well. I think it's sort of medieval tale of a king with 3 sons, and he doesn't know which of the sons to make his heir to the throne, and it's all about the three sons jockeying in positions, sort of like in a Game of Thrones style, to try and become the new King of England, which sounds right up my street. So I thought, yeah, I'll grab that one definitely and add it into the collection, and pretty cheap as well. It's about £5 or £6. Yes, I'm looking forward to giving that a go. Next up, we have, this is how easily led I am. I Start Counting, directed, sorry about the glare there. I Start Counting, directed by David Green, who's had very long and varied directing career, from anything from Roots, which is a brilliant series from the 70s, to The Count of Monte Cristo, which is one of Stuart's favourite, which ways me onto, it was Stuart talking about this film on the live group chat, which just made me think it sounds really good. So again, BFI have had a sale on, so I grabbed a copy. It's got Jenny Agata, a sort of coming of age drama, I believe, which I'm always up for. Set in 70s London, and I love olden London, like 60s and 70s. So again, that ticks boxes for me. And I believe she suspects her brother of murder or something. So it just sounds intriguing. And yeah, thanks Stuart for the recommendation. I shall give that a watch, and you'll find out forthwith what I think. And another one for my BFI collection. Rightio, next. Oh, this is a film I love. Absolutely adore this film. The Grapes of Wrath, John Ford, Henry Fonda. Just a brilliant tale. One that I've been looking to upgrade from DVD for the longest time. All about this family's struggle through the American crash and the Great Depression. How they go from not doing very well, how they go from doing, well as a family to really, really struggling and having to hit the road as a family and try and find some work so they can just eat. It looks like it was a very tough time in America. Sometimes we moan about stuff in life, but watching these sort of films and what these guys had to go through just to maybe eat a meal a day and try and keep alive, just incredible. Best actor for Oscar for John Ford, thoroughly deserved, because again, magnificent film, one of my favourites. That's The Grapes of Wrath. And next, again, a sale that I saw cheap. Network title, which I like network title, so I'll pick them up. The Rainbow Jacket. Now, I think I've said a couple of times on this channel before, back in the day when my hair weren't so grey, could be a poke on it. Back in the day when my hair weren't so grey, I used to be a betting shop manager, and I've always had a bit of an interest in the horse racing. Not excessive, like I don't have a bet on them every day like some people do, but I'll watch out mainly for the big races, the Derby and the National, Ascot, Cheltenham Festival. I'll keep an interest and have a watch. So this one about horse racing, I'd never heard of it. Cast is good. Kay Walsh, Bill Owen compo from Last of the Summer Wine. God, I had to reach for that. Edward Underdown, Fella Edmonds, produced by Michael Ralph, but the thing that swayed the decision for me, directed there, old-time friend of the channel, Basil Dearden. I do like a Basil Dearden film. So, yeah, it was a no-brainer when I saw that for a very reasonable price. I thought I'll grab that and give it a go. And another British film. I love British films. Like Stuart, if you have watched Stuart's latest video, top 10 British films of his, brilliant video. I thoroughly enjoyed. Go over and watch that on Stuart's channel because it was really, really good. Next up, a film I've seen but never owned a copy, and I remember liking it a hell of a lot, and I'm trying to collect all the Coen brothers films. They've been a little bit hit and miss for me, but they are directors that I want to plough through and watch all their filmography. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And I remember this being a really good film that I really enjoyed, with an interesting colour palette. It's one that looked interesting. And what a cast. George Clooney might be my favourite Clooney film, actually. John Turturro, Tim Nelson Blake, and the ever fabulous John Goodman. They're country singers on the road, from what I remember, and they're in trouble with the police and all sorts. And it's just one of them tales that keep you on the edge of your seat, like fast moving and highly enjoyable. Yep, so I should give that a rewatch. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And last for the week, and I think this might be Ollie's fault. Ollie, if I'm blaming you for this and it wasn't your fault, I apologise, but I'm sure you might have had this on your biopic list, and it piqued my interest as I've never seen it before. But when I saw this in my CX, again I had vouchers, so it didn't cost me anything in real money. £8 for the 4K steelbook of Elvis, and it's in fantastic condition. For that price, I couldn't not pick it up. I do like Elvis. I'm not a super fan. I know he has a lot of super fans. I like more of his ballads, Love Me Tender, that sort of thing. And I believe he led quite an interesting life. So this should be an interesting biopic. Yeah, Elvis. Right, that's it, guys. That's what I've picked up over the last few days. Like I said, I didn't mean to pick anything up, and I was planning different videos, but there you go, that's the way it goes, isn't it? Thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you've liked what I've done here today. Maybe think about subscribing if you want to hear more of this nonsense. Go on, you know it makes sense. I'll catch you all later. You all be good, behave yourselves, and I'll see you. Ta-ra.